Brilliance in the Diaspora series, day 3. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome to this amazing, interesting conversation again. And see, we're talking about confidence in the diaspora. And today, let's look at something fascinating. When your brilliance doesn't show up with you. I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach, the founder of the Smart Speakers Academy, that one that is called to help busy professionals master 3 allied skills: smart speaking, which is a product of smart thinking, which is because you are rooted in smart reading. So what I teach you is 3 allied skills: smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. And yes, we are talking about thinking smartly and speaking smartly, even in the abroad. Now, I have seen quite a number of professionals struggle with this. They travel abroad, they relocate, and then it's as if their brilliance doesn't show up with them. Hello, smart ones. Welcome to day 3. Yesterday we named the invisible giant. We have been able to give it a name: diaspora. The fear, the fog, the internal freeze that follows many brilliant professionals after relocation. We even saw it in the Bible. In the life of Father Abraham, how he lied out of fear, out of diaspora, when he found himself in a foreign land. It wasn't just deception, it was a dislocation. Yes, his confidence got dislocated. Diaspora makes you lie, not just to others, but most importantly to yourself. Abraham's reaction and his reaction that resulted in him telling a lie is not just a thing to say, oh, Abraham lied to people. He lied to them that, oh, Sarah wasn't his wife. No, it's something to think about, because Abraham first told himself a lie. That's how it all began. So it was when he told himself a lie that Abraham now saw that he was actually lying to everybody. He started lying to them that, oh, that's not my wife. Oh, that's not my wife. This is the conversation we'll be having today. Have you ever traveled before and it feels like your brilliance didn't go with you? I've had quite a number of professionals come to me to make the same complaint. It's as if their brilliance didn't show up with them. They relocated, and it feels like their identity, their confidence relocated as well. So it's as if it's no longer there. It's as if it's traveled. It's as if the brilliance left them. And that is the conversation we'll be having today. I want to show you that confidence that seemed like it left can come back. Today we're going deeper, all right? When your brilliance doesn't show up with you. So you realize that you are trained, you are certified, you have receipts, you have read books, the whole of June, we're talking about smart reading, speed reading, reading books. And I know that you've read books, okay? You are certified, you've done the work, you've honed your voice. But when you get into a new environment, that meeting, that Zoom room, that job interview, classroom, panel, or coffee chat, something happens. Suddenly, you pause more than you speak. There are now certain pauses everywhere. You rehearse lines in your head. It takes you time and time to do this rehearsal. You work worried about your accent, your pace, or your presence. Hello, Pink Lady. Hi, Agdos 10 Stripes. So good to see you here. All right? So you begin to worry about your accent. You begin to worry about your pace, about your presence. And then what happens? You start playing it safe. Hello, everybody. I see you. Or you begin to apologize for existing in rooms that you actually belong to. You know why this is sad? If these same scenarios were playing in your hometown, in the place you're familiar with, you wouldn't be that shaky. You wouldn't be that uncomfortable. You wouldn't be pausing before you speak several times. You wouldn't be worried about your accent. This has been your accent from birth, from who you have always been. But how come the accent is now a burden to you, and then that burden is making you lose your voice? This is not because you are not ready. It's because your confidence didn't travel with your brilliance. So this is a conversation. We need to get to a place where we have what I have named diaspofidence. The confidence that travels with you, even in the diaspora. The confidence that moves with you, such that you are not only brilliant in certain environments. Have you met such people? Have you found yourself in such a situation? You are brilliant, but is in some nations, some situations. Once it's out of a familiar nation, a familiar place, it's as if there's this shakiness. This is not because you are not ready. It's because your confidence didn't travel with your brilliance. Now, studies have shown that 61% of immigrant professionals experience what is called credential underconfidence. What it means is, so they discovered, I have also discovered with clients I've worked with, that there are too many professionals who believe that their past experience isn't valid in a new environment. This is what I call diaspora. Because the credentials are there, but it's as if it's a situation of credential underconfidence. So when it gets to a new environment, the credentials suddenly feel like it's no longer valid. Who they were. I've met health professionals in this space a whole lot. So they were leading the health sector in their nation, in their homes. They traveled to a new nation, and then they seem not to know anything anymore. Psychology also reports that international relocation can trigger identity erosion. So it's a thing, right? It's a reality. Interestingly, not too many professionals, not too many confidence coaches have been able to come out loud with this, and we are grateful and we're ready to help every professional out of it, because too many professionals have suffered it. They go to a new location and then they begin to suffer identity erosion. They go to a new location and then they begin to see that their confidence is suddenly muted. Even among previously outspoken individuals. I have seen this with even a lot more sanguines by nature, or people would term extroverted. Studies also show that 54% of diaspora professionals avoid speaking up in meetings. Not due to incompetence, no, but due to a perceived difference. Emphasis on perceived, because it's all in your head. It's not real. Remember what happened to Abraham? It was all in his head. It was all in his head. Remember the children of Israel? It was all in their head. They just thought in their head that, oh, the way it is, the way I feel like these people are giants. I feel like they're going to eat us up. It was all in their head. So we begin to see professionals. I have seen a lot of professionals that I have noticed that they begin to have this perceived difference just because they Japan, just because they're in another nation, they're in another environment. So they begin to have what we call perceived difference. So if you've ever said, I don't know if I'm making sense, just because you're in a foreign nation, you want to speak up, but you begin by saying, I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know how they will hear me. What if I sound too Nigerian or too African? Listen, you are not alone. You are not unqualified. You are just dealing with diaspora. Let's begin by naming it. And I think we'll be closer to the solution that way. You are just dealing with diaspora. No, you are not unqualified. No, the new nation did not pull away your confidence. It didn't rip it off you. You are just dealing with diaspora. Let's talk about Moses in the Bible, so that you realize that it's not just you. It didn't begin with you. It's not something you are dealing with. Let's talk about Moses. Moses was educated in Pharaoh's palace, trained in leadership, full of knowledge and insights. But when God called him to speak, what did he say? He said, I am slow of speech and of tongue. Exodus 4:10. This wasn't a speech defect. No. It was a confidence defect. He doubted his delivery just because he was going before Pharaoh. In spite of his divine assignment. Hello, Francisca. You know, like Moses, you may feel your tongue tangle just because everybody in that room is white-skinned. But your message is still valid, regardless of your skin color. And that's what God was telling Moses. Moses, it's not about how you think your tongue is. It's about your message. And dear professional, it's not about how you think, the color of your hair, the color of your skin. It's about your message. And I can relate to the struggle. And I want you to understand what is really happening. Here's what's happening to many diaspora professionals. Number one, brilliance is present, but boldness is absent. So the brilliance is still there. The brains are still there. You're still reading every day. You've mastered speed reading. You're in a community. You're in the inner circle. You're in a community. You're in the book bingers booth. In a community that's making you read. You're reading. But the boldness is absent. However, when you come back to Nigeria, when you come back to your nation, whatever your nation is, you are the shining star. Only in that nation. Once you go to where the skin color is different, the hair variance is obvious. Oh, your boldness is absent. You've trained your brain, but lost touch with your voice. Hi, Ife. You've trained your brain, but you've lost touch with your voice. So, you are that brilliant mind, but only in your home. Since you traveled, your voice is lost. You know the answer, but you don't say it. You know the answer to that question they're asking, but you can't say it. If it was a professor in your hometown that was asking that question, you'd be the first to jump on the response. But just because the man speaking is different, you can't talk. You feel unseen because you stopped speaking. Obviously. You are shrinking so you don't stand out too much. But you know the truth, you weren't called to shrink. You were called to shine. Even in another nation. You relocated. You are not dislocated. You are not deformed. You only relocated. Hi, Cheryl. So, today's mindset shift, I want you to understand that you don't need to speak like them to be respected. I've had quite tons of professionals who tell me, you know what, I think my accent is the problem. Coach, if only this accent can just leave me. Okay, so what if it can't leave you? Does it make you any less brilliant? Does it make you any less of a qualified person? How come your accent is your problem just because you're in the diaspora? And it's affecting literally everything. How you think, how you see yourself, how you show up, the kind of questions you can respond to at meetings. You don't need to hide your accent to be understood. This is why I created a guide for you. Accent fidence. You need to be confident in your accent. Especially when there's really nothing you can do about it. It's a part of your identity. You know why I know? The people you are admiring their accent. Or the people you say, I love the way this person speaks. This person is from that nation. I hope you know that what you are admiring is actually their accent. No, they didn't learn it. No, they didn't change to sound a different way. Hello, peace. So how come you are now the one who wants to change to sound like them? See, accent fidence is for you. I created that guide to walk you through the place where you own your accent with confidence and you can speak with it. I remember a professional I had and she went on saying, oh no, I just came here. This accent has to go. I said, okay, so what if it can't go? That is your accent. That is how you were made. You don't need to speak like them. You don't need to hide your accent to be understood. You don't need to water yourself down to blend in. You know, in a chase to want to sound like someone else, be like someone else, you are lost. So you see, too many diasporas, they are even so lost that they are afraid of coming back home. Hello, Grace. They are afraid of coming back home. The fear is there. It's called diaphobia. And you know, in the 21 in 1 bundle that I created It's specially created for those in the diaspora, or those about to go to the diaspora, or someone in the diaspora. Many times people say things like, this, my friend, since they traveled, they haven't come back. Most times, it's this diaspora that is the reason they can't come back. And I created something for them. I created what I call home confidence. Confidence is coming back to your home. If you need to travel back home, please come back. If you need to come for a visit, you need to relocate back home, please. See, there has to be a confidence in everything that you do. You know how I define confidence? I define it really simply. I define it as a willingness to try. Anytime there's an unwillingness to try anything, it's a lack of confidence. And hey, you were created confident. Do you know how I know? When you were 2. Oh, thank you, peace. People need to hear this. Thank you, darling. Please spread the word. Tag the professional. Tag every professional you know. Every single professional you know. Tag them. And they need to join this conversation. See, when I got the solution, right, I knew it wasn't from me. It cannot be from me. I knew that I was sent to come and solve this problem. I knew. So you need to tag every professional you know that they should join this conversation, right? Okay, so back to what I was saying. And I have seen that too many professionals have struggled with this. But the assurance I have with you is you don't need to water yourself down. You don't need to water yourself down to blend in. You need to realign your confidence with your calling, regardless of your location. Regardless of your location. If you're not following this page, please follow this page. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You keep getting this. We're having this conversation the whole of July. Every single day. Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. Saturdays at 7 p.m. Mark your calendar. Set your reminders. Okay? Now, brilliance must show up as boldness. Brilliance must show up as boldness. This is why the ecosystem in the Smart Speakers Academy is a chain. So we have smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. Meaning that everything you do at the smart reading level must be evident in smart speaking. See, I said my definition for calling, sometimes language barrier is a huge problem here in Angola. Thank you. I have a diaspora that can relate. Yes, I see you, my dear book binge. I see you, Francisca. Yes. And that's, so I know about this challenge. So again, I say I have dealt with quite a number of diasporans with this issue. And Francisca, part of what I created for this kind of issue is what we call voice fidence. Again, this bundle is a 21-in-1. I had to look at all of the 21 challenges I have had to work professionals in the diaspora deal with. Then we started working on the solution. So for instance, when there is language barrier and it's affecting you, your voice, how you speak, there are 2 guides I made for you: speak fidence and voice fidence. Listen, the whole 21 is complete. It's complete. It's made for you. And currently it's on flash sale. You're getting each of those guys for just 1,000 naira. See, this is not about money making for me. It's about solution provision. When I see people struggle with confidence, I literally lose sleep, for lack of a better way to put it. And I was saying that why it bothers me when I see a professional or I see someone struggle with confidence is because the first thing I think of is this person was actually created confident. Yes, you were created confident. You know how I know? Let me prove to you. When you were 2, you walked up to your dad and you told your dad, "Daddy, I can drive your car." Ew. If you remember, please put in the comment section. When you were 3, you told your mom that you can cook. "Mommy, I want to cook. Mommy, I can cook." All right, I'm back. Thank you. Can I be heard? Can I be heard and seen now? All right, thank you. So, and then you get to 5, you get to 6, and seasons start to happen. Maybe the season of abuse, maybe the season of molestation, maybe the season of verbal abuse, maybe the season of being beaten to stupor. And then things start happening to you, and then you begin to lose your confidence. Thank you. I can see the responses. Sure, thank you. All right. So I can say it, and I keep saying it, that every single human, the God that created you, created confidence in your DNA. So that's actually part of what the 21-in-1 guide would do. Is a take back to your DNA, to the original created confident you. The diaspora should not take it off you. The diaspora should not take it off you. You're getting all of those guides for just 1,000 naira each of them. So if you're joining the flash sale list, use the link in our bio or go to our seller store. You see access to this to the flash sale waiting list. Flash sale is on July 30th, and you're getting it for 1,000 naira each. Yes, thank you. Season of shouting down. Thank you. Season of shouting down. So you can't speak anymore. And now you're in the diaspora. It's worse. There's language barrier, there's accent issue. So what you need is, for this person saying season of shouting down, you need the speak fidence guide, you need the voice fidence guide. So I identify these issues with real professionals I dealt with, and I was able to nail this and say, okay, so when the solution came, I knew that it was God. I knew that it was God. So back to the conversation. We'll be done in a few minutes. So this is the conversation that, again, set your reminders. Don't miss any day. I'll be showing you real stuff. I've handled this issue, and the solution is finally here. You know, before now, a lot of confidence coaches were just modeling up the whole thing and say, okay, confidence coach. No, the person in the diaspora is dealing with a totally different situation. Totally different. That's why someone like Father Abraham could tell a lie, deny his wife and say, this is not my wife, this is my sister, just because he got to the diaspora. It's fear. It's fear. And anytime there's a sign of fear, of course, there's lack of confidence. The opposite of confidence is fear, period. Because what the fear does is that it makes you unwilling to try, which is the opposite of confidence. Confidence, for me, I define it really simply, the willingness to try. The willingness to try to speak up, even in the room where everyone is white-skinned and you are not. Oh, by the way, no one is white-skinned. You know what's white? White color of paper. Okay, right. So it's all a psychological thing, right? It's all a mental block. And that's what this guide will do to you. That's what these conversations throughout this month will do to you. It will be able to walk you out of that place of diaphobia and take you to diaspofidence. So brilliance must show up as boldness all the time. Your voice is your value system in motion. Your voice is your value system in motion. It must be seen in every nation. Let it move again. Let that voice move again. This is the reason my heart went out when I wanted to create this bundle, because I'm like, oh, their voices need to be heard. Your voice needs to be heard. Forget about the accent. Yes, accent fidence will help you break away from that mental barrier that your accent is unqualified to speak up in the boardroom. Now, to help you bridge that gap between brilliance and boldness, I created the 21-in-1 Total Fidence and the Diaspora bundle, right? Now, this is because, so the moving you from brilliance to boldness is the same thing as moving you from smart reading to smart speaking. It's our ecosystem. It's our chain. We're not confused. We understand our message. Simple. We're here to help busy professionals like you master 3 allied skills: smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. It's one skill. The emphasis is, I have seen too many brilliant professionals who cannot show it in their speaking. And I have seen those who are speaking, but what they're saying is not smart speaking. So that's why we're here to actually create that chain and putting that blended in. Okay? So this is a 21-in-1 Total Fidence bundle. And if you get this bundle, you get so many bonuses. One, you get the Confidence in the Diaspora Masterclass. Yes, there'll be a masterclass for you. There'll be a masterclass. It's for free for everyone that joins the wait list and gets this guide. There'll be a masterclass for you that will walk you through this journey, take you away from that place. All right? There'll be identity construction tools. There'll be templates. There'll be visibility activation templates that you will be walked through. There'll be speaking prompts, scripting guides, diaspora clarity maps, daily affirmations for the diaspora. You know, the affirmation you create when you are in your home is different from the one you should create when you're in the diaspora, right? There'll be daily affirmations and reformation exercises. Now, this is in theory. It's a system for confident expression in any location. It's a system. So what you want to do for us is spread the word. Do not leave your diasporans, friends, colleagues, siblings that are struggling. Don't leave them where they are. So if you have any diaspora that traveled and the person got lost, the person doesn't want to communicate, this is maybe what they're dealing with. So you want to spread the word with them. Let them join the flash sale wait list. You're getting all of these guides, these 21 guides, for just 21,000 naira. It's a giveaway, trust me. For the kind of work that was put into that bundle, it's a giveaway, trust me. And after the flash sale, Each of those guides will go for 4,500 after the flash sale. So it's something that is a giveaway. I just want as many professionals that are in the diaspora to get this solution. It's a giveaway. It's not, I just want to provide this solution, right? Okay, so you get diaspora clarity maps, daily affirmations, and reframing exercises. This is value. This is value. And if you've read any of our guides, you know how we write, right? You know how I write. Clear, solution providing, right? So this is, in theory, it's a system for confident expression in any location. You want to get the guys, just send us a DM. Just send us a DM quickly. Just write Diaspora and we got you, right? You've been brilliant long enough. Now it's time to be bold wherever you are. You only relocated. You are not deformed. You are not less of who you originally are. So it's time to be bold again wherever you are. So you want to tag someone who needs to reclaim their voice. You want to join them on this conversation. Send them this live. You want me to share it. Send them this live to sit with it. And most importantly, let them join this movement of moving every single diaspora from diaspobia to diaspofidence. What you need is confidence. Confidence in the diaspora is what I call diaspofidence, all right? And if you do not have it, what you have is diaspobia. And that's stopping you. That's limiting you. Like many of you could relate on this conversation. Now, yes, thank you. So much value. Yes, thank you. Yes. We are here to provide value. We're here to provide value. That's what it is for us. It's a mission for us. All right. Thank you so much. I am Leslie Grace, the founder of the Smart Speakers Academy. Call me the confidence coach that is called to serve every single busy professional. Yes, with 3 light skills: smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. I'll see you again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Keep a date, tag a professional. Let them know that finally there's a solution for all of their confidence struggles in the diaspora. There's a solution. There's a permanent cure to this challenge. And it is here for good. Thank you for joining us again. I'll see you at 1 p.m. tomorrow. This is the Smart World.